Our first Persona 3 character is coming very soon. So let's look at his kit for the first time. The only thing I know about him is that he's a fire assassin and he has DRG. That's all. Barely know anything about him. But let's go through the A0. Cadenza, that's a reference. Wait, he has 2 DRG, Cadenza and Ardenari. Let's start a battle. If DRG energy is below 35, restore to 35. Okay. Then when Makoto receives a buff healing shielding from allies, gain 1 moon phase stacks up to 2 turns. Then he can only get 1 moon phase stack from this effect before the start of the next turn. It's equal to 4 times. So it's only 1 per turn. Then when he has moon phase, increase pierce rate by 4, 8, 12. That's useful for a single target, because he is single target DPS. So free pierce rate. Skill 1. Deal fire damage to 1 foe, 3 hits. And gain 2 wound phase stacks for 2 turns. It's equal to 4 times. So it's the same thing as just now, 4 stacks. Then we spend wound phase to deal damage with this skill 3. Increase skill multiplier. Okay. Then skill 2. Increase party's crit damage. Oh. And Makoto's attack by 19.5%. Okay, that's interesting. Then gain 2 moon phase for 2 turns, so he's like a buffer. That's interesting. I like how they keep saying stacks up to 4 times. We already know, man, from the A0. So 2 moon phase, then 1 moon phase, so you can get 3 moon phase per turn, I assume. Then skill 3, you need to have at least 2 moon phase, so you need to alternate skill 1 and skill 3. I think you might be able to use skill 3 twice in a row, right? You spend all moon phase, and for each moon phase stack spent, or you spend all moon phase, okay, so you can use skill 3 twice in a row. Because you spend everything. You do damage, 1 4. Spend all special moon phase for each special moon phase. Where did this come from? Then when the skill is at 4 moon phase stack, increase pierce rate by 11.7%. Okay, that's a lot of pierce. Like 12 from A0, that's 23 from himself already, that's crazy. Then DRG is 100. DRG energy, I have no idea how this charges. Hopefully you get some answers later on. Oh, he has 2 DRGs, right? So he deals 4 hits of damage and gain 1 special moon phase. Okay. Stacks up to 4 times. So I assume moon phase and special moon phase, they kinda stack. That's interesting. So you might be able to stack the DRG. But okay, Core doesn't even work with them. But it's DRG. Anj cannot rewind DRG, so how it says here, each special moon phase spent, but you can only get 1 from DRG. Unless you have another source. So the second DRG is increase body's attack and damage. You also get the special moon phase, okay. Assist skill? What is this? Is this like the pattern pass thing? Increase attack for 1 ally with 20% for 1 turn. Cool, I guess. First passive after using DRG, increase body's attack by 40%. He has a lot of party buff. That's interesting. Then increase seized allies attack. Ooh, seized ally, that's a little bit sucky. So okay, that's the only thing that sees only. Then when he receives buff healing shield, increase crit damage for 2 turns up to 3 times. Okay, that's interesting. Skill 2 also gives you the buff. Crit damage buff. Okay, let's see the A1. When using this is skill 1, I think. Yeah, skill 1, 2, and 3. Do 1 more hit. Skill 2 buffs party's pierce rate. Wow. Then skill 3. Oh, when you use this as a 3 at max stacks of 4, increase crit rate. Okay, this A1 seems pretty strong. The rotation is definitely going to be 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. I'll be surprised if it's not. Then A2. At the start of the turn, you get the moon phase reach 4 stacks, automatically use skill 2. Oh, I guess rotation changes to 1, 3 at A2, I think. Then A4. Increase party's damage by 10% from this Cadenza. Then the Ardanari use 1 more hit. And A6. The promise. Oh no. It uses DRG. Activate the other DRG. Also, you're saying like you can use 2 DRGs. That's kind of insane actually. Then when you spend Special Moon Phase to deal damage with skill 3, increase the skill damage by 20%. Then when Makoto first receives fatal damage, his HP cannot drop below 1 until the end of the next turn, then enter near death. Oh no! Makoto will faint when his next turn ends. Yeah, Makoto's HP is restored above 25% HP, then remove near death. This part, the near death part is a freaking reference to March 31st. If you know, you know. That is crazy. Actually crazy. We are basically a free ender, but you have to heal it so you don't actually die. Now moving on to the weapon. Most weapon increase attack. When you buff, you get parties increase party damage and also uses damage. That is interesting. Lasts for 2 turns. The first weapon is already pretty good. I can see why. You can skip 5-star. But let's see the 5-star weapon. Then the 5-star weapon increase attack by 30%. Then when user gains 3 moon phase stacks or special moon phase stack, increase crit rate. That's pretty good. Then when user deals 4 or more hits or damage with personal skill, whatever, increase damage by 34%. Okay. Actually, right, yeah, I can see why the weapon is not that good. Slightly higher attack. The damage is actually lower. 17.2 times 2 is 34.4, is low, is high. This for the first weapon is higher than this. The only thing you get is crit rate, which is good. But that's really the only thing you get. It does 4 or more hits, right? 4 hits. What thing hits 4 times? Oh, the DRG hits 4 times. Skill 1 hits 3 times. Skill 1 hits 3 times. Skill 3 hits 1 time. It does more times depending on... No, it just hits 2 times I think. 1 time here, 1 time here. No. Each stack of moon phase is 1 time. So you can hit up to 4 times also. So that means the 5-star weapon should be easy to activate. So let's see, rotation should be 2-3, 2-3 for A0, then maybe 1-3, 1-3 for A2 above. Oh no, it's still 1-3. We're not using skill 2, why? Skill 2 is a crit damage buff. Skill 1 is it does damage. That is interesting. I'll be trying both and see. Oh actually, yeah, skill 1 does damage, not that high. Only 180% maybe. But it increases skill multiplier though. For skill 3, maybe that's why. Skill multiplier is pretty big. It plays a big role in the damage formula. That's why skill amplification for the twins is pretty good. Then A2 gives you a free skill 2, but that's even more damage. I guess skill 2 can be used when you're using sub DPS Makoto Yuki, which is interesting I guess. So the card stuff is a typical DPS thing, okay. Hope and Ruin, the Ruin card is already in the game now, you can start farming this. Oh, it also increases crit rate. Oh, that's quite a bit of crit rate. Weapon also gives crit rate. It has access to 2, so other characters only have 1 DRG. That's crazy. Reflecting the wild ability from the origin. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, 2 turns, then they follow 2.1 turn. Yeah, that's true. When you use a self-buffing move, it doesn't actually count down on the turn you use it. So if you use a Wonder Tarukaja on himself, after he uses the Tarukaja, it's still 2 turns. Basically, that's what it means. Shows high damage output. You can see why. I mean, he buffs a lot of stuff for himself, which is quite insane. If not A6, you can only use one of his 2 DRGs, yeah. I assume probably this one is a better one, because it's a damaging one, and he's a DPS, right? Actually, wait, I realized something about a weapon. The weapon activates after you use a buffing skill. And in the rotation, you are not using a skill 2. So that means you're not even actually going to activate the 4-star weapon. That's kind of strange. I mean, I think the DRG does buff. Yes, it does buff. So I guess the DRG activates the weapon. I don't think skill 1, skill 2 activates it, because it buffs himself only. That's very interesting. I'll definitely be testing the weapon, no doubt. But yeah, overall, he does look really strong. He buffs a lot of stuff for himself. He can also buff the team, which is pretty nice. But yeah, can't wait to actually use him.